I'm sorry, my bad. Did I forget to say, Abby? You ready? My bad. Abby, you ready, girl?
Uh, yeah, I guess like as ready as I'm gonna be.
Well, we was back there so long. I thought you was ready, kid. I thought you was ready.
I mean,
I had to comb my hair. I forgot to comb my hair. Hey, everybody, what's up? Happy Sunday. Welcome back, Amir. We were in our members only. We had a little chat and shoot earlier. Little members only. I had a little story time earlier today. And we are back to do what we do. We are back to do what we do. Amir, I have not seen the whole performance. I saw clips, and from what I saw, he did the damn thing. Lil Nas X performance on Saturday Night Live was a great performance. I didn't see his second performance. I saw the the Devil song. Tell Me What They Want, whatever the name of the song is. And he actually split his pants on stage, and he kept going. Like he covered up his private parts, and he kept it moving. But
I saw that on TikTok.
Hey Joshua, it was funny because you could see exactly when he split his pants, and you saw the look on his face, like, oh shit. But as a performer, as a professional, he did what he did what needed to be done. So it was cool. But I've seen clips of it. But I will go back and watch the both performances. I like Lil Nas X. I understood what he was doing. I didn't take it as satanic and all of that. And it was what it was. So, hey, everybody. Let me make sure I speak to everybody. Lil Baby is here. Hey, girl. Lock Queen, Lauren, Amir. Hey, Carolyn, Joshua. How you guys doing? And there's some people up in the clouds. How are you guys doing? So, Abby, remind me when we get to, if you remember, I want to make the announcement about the Juggernaut of Souls, his
live.
Well, his live and his
channel.
The promotion that he's running. With the bracelets, the promotion.
Okay.
So, but I want to wait till there's some more people in here, so we can make sure we maximize the what people are seeing. I'm coordinated with the lips and the t-shirt. I try to give y'all a little. Y'all know I don't really do red that much. Y'all know I'm not crazy about the red lip, but I gave you a little red. I did, girl. You noticed the coordination, okay? What's up, Dominique? Hey, keep it cute. What's up, everybody? So let's go on and get into this. So last week I brought y'all a story about Carlos King and his new reality show, which we decided was R&B Diva meets what did we say it was? R&B Diva meets what? Real World or something like that. What did we say it was? Damn, I forgot now. But basically they're gonna put all of these girl band groups into a house, and they're gonna Making the Band meets R&B Divas. That's what it was. It was Making the Band meets R&B Divas. And we talked about it. It's got Shamari DeVoe, the girl from Total, Pam from Total. I guess they're sisters from Cherish, and somebody from that was Shamari DeVoe. Somebody from another one of them groups, 702, I think. And then Nivea. Anyway, so over the weekend, Miss Kandi Burrs, who will always ride for what is hers, tweeted out that this was a show that Carlos King and Todd came up with together when they were still business partners, and they shopped it to the network when they were still business partners. And basically she was like, go and put some respect on my husband's name, because yes, this is, and Carlos even said that in his original tweet, 3LW. Yeah, the girl from 3LW. Yep, you're right. Carlos even said this in his original tweet, that this was something that he had pitched to the studios a long time ago. So this isn't a new situation. Now Carlos never mentioned Todd in none of his posts. Okay. None of the ladies on the show, I feel like, have mentioned Todd. Now I don't follow all of them, so I can't say for certain. And Todd didn't even say nothing on his page. But Kandi was like, I just want y'all to know. Now, I will say this. Todd may not have anything to do with the production since him and Carlos are no longer business partners. But if Todd's name is on the original, what was picked up, I would assume he would still have to be given some sort of credit and some sort of compensation. No? Why not?
Why would they?
Because if his name, if they bought the product when they were still business partners, now unless Carlos bought Todd out and Todd signed everything over,
I believe he changed it just enough not to be able, so he wouldn't have to give him anything.
Well, if what I'm saying is if they bought, okay, so a lot of times, because they do this with movies and stuff, they buy the option, and you have a certain amount of time to do something with that option, and if you don't do anything with the option, then they have the choice to go and sell it to somebody else. So, for example, we hear about these biopics all the time. Oh, they're going to make a biopic about this. They're going to make the studios buy the option for the book, and they have like 7 years or something to do something. And then after that 7 years, if they don't do anything with that option, then they can resell it. And so what I'm saying is, if BET bought the rights to the show while they were still business partners, unless, and again, I'm no lawyer, but I'm saying the way my brain is thinking, unless when they dissolved their partnership, Todd signed all of that over to Carlos for him to have full control over it. I don't know. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but I don't know. It seems, yeah, like if he's one of the creators, he still helped create the show. Now, I mean, I'm just saying his name, like I said, unless they signed it over. I don't know. Man, and again, Todd may not give a damn. Like, it clearly doesn't seem like Todd cares about getting credit, because it ain't nothing on his Instagram about it. This is coming from Kandi. Kandi put it on her Instagram. Now, I feel like if Todd gave a damn, he would put something out there, or he would have posted something, and it don't seem like he has. So I'm thinking Todd don't give a damn. Like, I feel like he walked away from that partnership and was like, it's whatever. Like, I don't know. If his name is still attached to it, then Todd would get something. Yeah, I feel like there's something, because remember the T.S. Madison experience, Gio's name was still listed as a producer. And we know they parted ways a while ago, but it was after she signed all of the paperwork with WeTV. I mean, almost immediately after they parted ways, but his name was still in all the credits. He still was listed as a producer, like an executive producer or some sort of producer. So I don't know.
How long has their partnership been this long? Do we know?
A few years. I'm not sure exactly how long, but a few years. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
So they said they pitched this like 7 years ago?
The network bought it a while back. Hey, Diamond Pearl, what's up, boo?
They pitched it. The network bought it 7 years ago.
From my understanding, the network optioned it. So when again the option saying we're going to do this, but they have a certain amount of time to actually do something with it. So while they were still a company, the network optioned it. Because from my understanding,
well, then yeah, he might get some money off of it.
Yeah, because from my understanding, they have filmed. This isn't like something they're filming right now. From my understanding, this is something they've filmed. Because it's
7-year-old footage.
Well, no, I don't think it's no. I don't think they filmed it 7 years ago. But I don't think they're filming it like right now either. I don't think this is something. Well, and I'm sure we'll be able to tell, because the one thing that COVID has definitely done is tells on people. You can definitely tell something that's been filmed during COVID versus something that was filmed prior to COVID. Like it definitely tells on itself. So I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. That's just, listen, I just picked that little tidbit up out here in them streets. Okay. I haven't seen a whole lot about it, but out here in these streets, I picked up on a little bit of that. Okay. Now, some other Kandi news. And this one hits a little close to home. Okay.
Okay.
According to, I picked this up from Tabitha, but she got it from the Atlanta Journal. But I picked this up from her, listening to her. If y'all don't know Tabitha, it's Tabitha, formerly known as Beautiful Soul. She does a great channel over there. She does a lot of celebrity news and things of that nature. She reviews shows and she does really good politics and stuff like that. Y'all go check her out. But I caught this last night. She dropped this little tidbit last night. So Blaze Steakhouse, Seafood and Steaks, Kandi's newest restaurant, was closed on Friday due to a failing health inspection. They got a 55 out of 100. Now,
I'm sorry.
Now y'all know I ate there about a month ago. How long ago was that?
Wait, the restaurant you went to?
Yeah, that's the restaurant I went to.
Girl, check your
yeah, honey. What was that?
Girl,
that was the beginning of April, right? That was like the first week of April. Okay, so I
made it through by the prayers of the righteous, girl.
Now the good news is there were no signs of rodent droppings or rodent infestation. That wasn't what they lost points on. So I was like, whoo, okay, whoo, all right, whoo, okay. That made me feel good. But what my understanding is that they lost points for a lot of dumb stuff. Now here's my problem. Well, here's my not problem. I remember the same thing happened with OLG Gang with one of their first restaurants. It was closed temporarily. They got a low score, but it was a lot of stupid stuff. Like they didn't have the paper towel rack in the right place. And because, anybody who's opened up a business,
real nitpicky.
Right. It is very specific. And if it is not where it is supposed to be, Dominique, yes, I'll get back to that. Hold on. Let me highlight Dominique. I'm going to get back to that. I'm sorry, Abby. I'm surprised you ain't said nothing.
I was going to wait for you. I want to go,
I'm waiting for you to start choking or something, but you're too busy eating them Oreos. You don't care. You knee deep in them Oreos right now. So, how's my stomach, girl? So listen. Hey, Gigi, how are you? Hey, Xavier. Hey, Boo. Right. So the same thing happened with OLG. And when it first happened, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. I said, he's a new restaurateur. Little things like that happen. It wasn't a big deal. They even did a video to show people what they lost points on and all of that. And it was back open within like a 24, 48 hour period. Well, the same thing happened with Blaze. It closed on Friday. It's back open today. And the article said that they voluntarily closed, but I don't feel like you got a 55 out of 100. You voluntarily closed nothing. That's just
wrong with that low score and don't.
Right. That is a significant score. So what the article said that they lost points because while the inspector was there, they lost 9 points because while the inspector was there, the inspector observed one of the workers going from raw meat to prepared food without washing their hands. So and then they said that there was something in the ice machine. They saw something it wasn't like a fungus or nothing like that, but they said it was like probably somebody spilled some soda in there and didn't clean it. They said it was like a pink film or something in the ice machine. So that sounds like, okay, you ain't cleaning the ice machine regularly, or somebody spilled some soda in there and they didn't wipe it out good. Because pink film, what the hell is that? They said something about it was a Chick-fil-A cup that was in the area that they shouldn't have. So it was violations like that. It was that kind of stuff. They said that the temperature wasn't the right, that one of the freezers wasn't at the right temperature. Those are major things, don't get me wrong, because that's the kind of stuff that spoils food and that cross-contamination. If I'm, prepared, I'm working with raw seafood and then I start picking up somebody's plate, that's a problem. I'm not saying that these aren't issues, but my biggest thing was when they said that they didn't see no rodent infestation. I was like, okay, good. So it sounded like they spent all day yesterday getting it in order and now they back on track. But my thing is this: they pay people for stuff like this, especially when you have the kind of money you have opening up a restaurant. Like there's some people who they're nickel and diming because they're literally taking the money out of their pocket and that's all they have. They got a little small business loan and so they're doing everything themselves. But there are people who literally, this is their job to make sure that you have everything the way it's supposed to be. And are you not training your staff well enough? Or are they just not caring? Like a Chick-fil-A cup in the wrong area sounds like something that y'all probably do regularly and nobody checks it. Like that's not a big deal until the inspector is there and sees it. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with the food preparer. Like I know you know better. I know you know better than to go from raw seafood to picking up somebody's plate. Right? Washing their hands. Like yes, you wash your hands 50,000 times when you are in the food prep business, you are washing your hands 5,000 times. Like that is just what you do. So it was very interesting. I heard that. Listen, I said, damn, I just ate there. Oh my goodness. But it sounds like they got it back on track and they back open today, honey. I agree, little baby. All of that stuff is poor management. But when I told y'all about my experience at the restaurant, part of my complaint was management. My complaint wasn't about the food being good, but part of my complaint was certain things dealing with the management of the restaurant.
I just need them to answer the phone.
That was my, oh God, don't even get me started. Hell, how did they even know the health inspector was coming? Because if she called, or he or she called.
They never call. They never call first. They just show up.
I was just being joke. I was just joking. Hey, Verbe. Hey, boo. Yeah. I was just joking. But yeah. I'm just like,
she can't run anything. Oh my God.
Sounds like Auntie Fee running the chick.
God rest her soul.
Listen. So that is that, honey. Right, this isn't her first. Right, exactly. When it happened with Old Lady Gang, I gave them the benefit of the doubt because that was their first. It was. I want to say it was the first Old Lady Gang, but come on now. Wait, what did I do with my? Oh shoot,
what you did?
Damn it! The remote for the TV. Where did I put the remote? I hate when I get up to do one thing and I don't do what I got up to, because I got up to get the remote. I specifically got up to get the daggone remote before I started my live. And I think I picked up something else because I certainly don't have the remote. Anyway, all right, neither in the I'll find it. I'll get it, child. Okay, I'll get it. So, because I got something was on the TV. All right, so, hey, P, what's up? I worked at Wendy's as a sandwich maker for 5 years, so I'm a bit concerned of a high-scale restaurant is having trouble. Yes, Kandi needs to hire better. Kandi, absolutely. Listen. If y'all, well, I talked about it on a members only. I didn't do it in a live video. I did give it. It was a story time about my experience at the restaurant. It was but I talked about that, and I mean, overall, I didn't want to dog out the restaurant or whatever. But my biggest complaint was management. Certain things that fall back on management and training.
Well, clearly, it's prevalent because we had the issue at Old Lady Gang, and then you had the issue at Blaze. So, wow, in the middle of my sentence.
I'm listening. I'm right here. I didn't go nowhere.
So clearly, that's a management. They have management issues.
Yeah.
So
and my issue was management and training, because my other issue was the training. Remember the waiter who didn't know the difference between red wine and white wine and tried to convince me that a Pinot Noir is white wine, and I was like, in what universe? In what universe? The name has red in it. Pinot Noir.
Sir, have you never seen Kimmy Schmidt? What do you mean?
And I'm not even a wine connoisseur. Like I just like Pinot Noir with my steak. When I go to a steakhouse, I always order Pinot Noir. So like it was something that simple. That's training. That's just training. When I couldn't
get too much money not to be
right.
Too much money for that.
Right, and that's the thing, and that was my only complaint. Well, not my only, but my main complaint was for the price point for what they were asking, where they wanted to be price point wise. The service didn't match. That's it. That's all. If you've been to a high end steakhouse, a mid-level steakhouse, and a low level steakhouse, you know what you get for those levels, right?
Right.
For you to charge me what you would, and it wasn't even high-end charges, it was like mid-grade steakhouse charges. But if you're charging me a mid-grade steakhouse price, that automatically tells me that I should get certain things. It's like when you fly in first class, you pay for first class, so there should be some sort of upgrade. You should feel a difference. I should feel like there's a difference between what I'm getting here and when I'm riding in coach. And if I don't feel a difference, then my thing is, well, you took my money for nothing, because there's no difference here. And I feel gypped.
Not gypped.
Kandi don't care nothing about all that. Just give her the money. Well, child. Yeah, I mean, it was little things like when I couldn't get through on the phone. I had a reservation. Now they what's what I'm looking for? Pressed me out about the reservation. They sent me 20 text messages to confirm my reservation. I kept confirming it, and then the day of, the time was getting a little wonky, and I was trying to call. Hey, what's up? That's Tabitha right there, you guys. I told you I got the story from her. Y'all make sure y'all go over there. If y'all are not already subscribed, y'all make sure y'all go over to Tabitha. Little baby, if you could drop her link for me, please. I appreciate it. Y'all go over there and make sure y'all subscribe to Miss Tabitha, because this is where I got the story from. We're talking about Kandi failing the restaurant. Because, I went, when I was in Atlanta last month, I went to Blaze. So that story was very interesting to me. Hey, what's up, Supreme number one? Asia from Brooklyn, what's up, boo? So yeah, I for me, that I was trying to call because I was like, we had an 8 o'clock reservation and I wasn't sure if I was gonna make it by 8 o'clock. So I'm trying to call and say, listen, I'm running a few minutes late, 10, 15 minutes late. But the way they was pressing me out about these reservations, I know how some of these places are. They'll give you, if you're not there within a 10 or 15 minute period, they'll give you food. They'll give you a table away. It was a Saturday night. So I was worried. It was a lot. I was worried, right? Girl, I couldn't. When I said I called, I could have shown y'all my call log. I must have called 20 times. Like, I'm not even exaggerating. Phone, nobody ever answered the phone. And not only did nobody answer the phone, there wasn't like a phone service. There wasn't like a thank you for calling Blaze's Steak Food. If you would like to speak to, press 1. If you would like to leave a message, if you want directions. It wasn't even like a phone service. It was like I called Abby and she hadn't set up her voicemail. It was just looking at this number. It's not accepting calls at this time. And I was like, what the hell? So I get to the restaurant. I wasn't that late. The person I was meeting had already gotten there. So they checked in. It was all good. I was only like 10 minutes late. And I said something to, I said it nicely, but I said something to them. I said, yeah, I've been trying to call. She was like, oh, what did you want to tell us? Bitch, I'm here now. I said, well, I was trying to call to let y'all know I was running late. She was like, oh, yeah, that phone. Yeah. It's good. You all good, though. You good. That's not the point. The point wasn't whether I made it in time for my reservation or not. The point was, why the hell have I been calling for the last 45 minutes to an hour? I mean, when did I start calling? I started calling at like 6:30.
Right, while I was doing your makeup.
Right. I started calling before I even left the hotel. I left the hotel at 7 o'clock because my reservation was 8. I left at like 7:15. I started calling before I even left the hotel.
That's a lot.
Anyway, how did I like the food? Tabitha, the food was good. I did like the food. I'm not gonna lie. The food was good. Like I'm saying, my biggest complaint was management and training. And it seems like that's why they failed their inspection, because of training. When you went through the different violations, some of those were, to me, were just training. You putting a Chick-fil-A cup in an area where you're not supposed to have a Chick-fil-A cup. You going from raw meat, raw seafood to prepared food without washing your hands. Like that's management. Because when somebody, that wasn't the first time that person did that.
It was not.
It wasn't. Because if you did it in front of the inspector, that means that it was so automatic for you that you didn't even think you were doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyway, that's what it was. Like I said, I did, for my members only, I did a whole breakdown of my experience from beginning to end. I need to go back and label it so people, when y'all become members, y'all can find it. I got to do a members only playlist because I think I just been combining all of the lives. So I need to do a separate members only playlist, and I need to find that one so I can label it so y'all can go hear the whole breakdown. Because it was, again, overall, I like the food. Would I go back? Probably not. And not because it was a horrible thing, but it just didn't, it was nothing. I don't go to Atlanta regularly, so there was nothing that made me be like, yo, the next time we go to Atlanta, we gotta go there. You know what I mean? I feel like there are other restaurants and I will find other experiences. Okay, we absolutely will. Watermelon Sugar. We definitely will pray for Miss Water. Is there a particular time tomorrow that you want us to all sort of set our clocks and say a prayer. And I'm not even being funny. Miss Watermelon Sugar has an important exam, and she would like prayer. So
listening to prayers of the righteous.
Exactly. For all those who know the word of prayer, please keep her in your prayers. Is it tomorrow? When you get up in the morning, you say your morning prayers, or when you go to bed tonight, you say your nightly prayers. Just go on and add Watermelon Sugar in the mix, please.
If you don't really know the Lord, we thank you for your kind thoughts.
Yeah, if you don't know the Lord, I just appreciate you passing this one by. Just gonna let this one go. Just let this one pass. We'll get you next time.
Amen.
If you don't know the Lord,
if you don't know him, just
let that one go. So let's slide by past. That's like I was listening to somebody today. I was looking at her Get Ready With Me. I had to tell you about it later, Abby. I was looking at her Get Ready With Me. And somebody was saying something about praying for her. And she said, you know what? I don't want to sound mean, but I don't need everybody praying for me. She said, because I don't know she was like, I don't know, your prayer might not be righteous. So like, I'm real leery about who I asked to pray for me. And I was like, I never thought about that. Because everybody might not be praying.
So you ask somebody who don't, and Lord gonna be like, I don't even know who that is.
I don't even know you, ma'am. I don't know you. All right, I'm sorry. That's not funny. Okay, moving on. So,
yes, it is.
I mean, it is funny, but moving on. Okay. So listen. So that's that. I did not watch a makeup tutorial. Don't do me, little baby. I didn't watch a makeup tutorial. Okay, I watched a Get Ready With Me. Don't do me, little baby. Don't do me. Moving on.
Why you gotta act like
that? So listen, I got another follow-up for y'all. First of all, for every single one of y'all in this chat who was in my live on Friday, why y'all ain't tell me about the goodness that is Kwame Brown's YouTube channel? Listen, I went on over there and I checked out Mr. Kwame. Okay. I went over there and checked out Mr. Kwame.
A whole fool and a half.
Y'all, when I tell y'all I was on my way to the funeral, I listened to him because he was live Saturday morning, early Saturday morning, with his tractor trailer on the back of his truck, okay? On his way to go handle some business, okay? And I was listening to him on my way down to the funeral. Y'all, this dude is freaking hilarious, okay? He a good old country cuss out. You ain't lying, KK. A good old country cuss out. A good old country cuss. Listen.
But he got a cuss out for everybody.
He said, "You don't want none of this mama's cooking." Whenever he starts talking about his mama's cooking, he talking about you don't want this good cussing out. Okay. He said, "I ain't trying to give y'all none of this good mama's cooking." Listen, it is Xavier talking about something. It's so sexy, y'all. It's hilarious, and the way he just go from one person to the next. He done made up nicknames for people. He calling Matt Barnes Becky with the good hair. Like, y'all, it is hilarious. Hilarious. He makes some really valid points though. In between the joking, he makes some. Now I'm not gonna say I agree with everything he says. Because some things he talks about, he got a little revisionist history, not from his point of view, because I cannot tell him what his experience is. But I'm just going to say that he ain't as innocent as he tried to make himself out to be in some of these situations. But he has some valid points about a lot of what he is saying. And when I say he just go from person to person to person to person, when we checked his subscriber count on Friday, he had 99,000. He got 116,000 subscribers now in a weekend. He is all over my TikTok. He is all over the Instagram. Yes, Matt Barnes is Becky with the good hair. He said, Matt Barnes with that comb over. He said, look, because they invited him to come to the podcast, which is where all of this started. All of this started on Matt Barnes' podcast because Kwame felt like they was shading him. And this is where all of this started. So they invited him to come onto the podcast. And of course, he had told them, hell no. But then he said, you know what? I'm come to the podcast if I can bring my daughter and you show her how you get that good coat. He said, now it might be a little different because she got black hair, but can you show her how you get that good coat?
He reminds me, you know, when mother be in a live cussing somebody out and somebody else come into the live that he meant to cuss out too. And he be like, hey, you!
Yes. Like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on, you two.
Hold on, you two. You come down here. I got something for that ass.
Okay, because he had to have gone live like 5 times yesterday. And I felt like every time he thought about somebody else he wanted to cuss out, he just went live. And he was like, and I got it. And I forgot.
And you, sir, you come to the congregation. I got something to say to you too. I said, oh,
listen. Now, let me go back a little bit. Because remember on Friday, I said, well, I felt like Charlamagne was defending him. And I didn't necessarily understand why that set him off. Well, after listening to him this weekend and looking at some other clips, I'm seeing his point of view on it. And his point of view is, first of all, I didn't ask for your defense. That's number one. I didn't ask you. That's
I didn't ask for
number two. Your idea of defending me is he snapped because he comes from a family of murderers. Like, what are you trying to say? Like, so my daddy was a murderer, my brother is a murderer, so that means what? I mean, what are you trying to say about me?
For me to snap and murder somebody too? Is that what you're saying?
Like, what are you trying to say? He was like, I'm a black man in America. I don't need that name connected to me in no way, shape, or form. Okay.
Well,
then he said, my kids didn't know about their granddaddy. So they learned about their granddaddy on social media. Now, it was public information. So I'm not saying that Charlamagne was responsible for that because he wasn't. It was public information. At any point in time, they could have Googled their granddaddy and they could have read the same thing Charlamagne read. But his thing was, I didn't ask for your defense. And now my kids, I got to sit down and have a conversation with my kids about their granddaddy.
Right.
He said, hell, I didn't even know what my daddy had done until I was like in high school. He said, because I had a good mama who didn't expose me to all of that. I didn't know what my dad had done. He said, and as far as the brother that you're talking about, he said, I don't even know him. I never met him. He said, my daddy cheated on my mama, had a kid outside of their marriage, and that was one of them. So thank you so much. Thank you so very much for bringing up a brother who I never met, who was the product of an affair. Thank you for teaching me how he died. I appreciate it. He said, I never even met this dude. So you are putting me in the same realm as someone who you're making it seem like, oh, we all grew up together. I didn't know him. Listen. So he said, and you're worried about me. Let's talk about your charges. Listen, he done laid out all the Charlamagne.
Not Leonard.
I
said, not Leonard. Oh, God.
And then Charlamagne just sent the man a cease and desist. Listen, I feel like he wiped his ass with that cease and desist because he could care less about a cease or a desist.
He don't give not one damn.
Now, let me tell you who the funniest person in this whole scenario is. The funniest person in this whole scenario is that damn Gilbert Arenas. Gilbert Arenas said, I don't want the smoke. He said, listen, I once saw Kwame Brown and his brother beat up 9 dudes at the club. I don't want the smoke. He was like, keep me out of all of this. Keep me out of all. Listen, he does, Joshua.
I'm gonna be over here in the corner. This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Joshua said he got my mama's cooking merch. I'm buying one. I want one in my life. I want my mama's cooking t-shirt. He will get my $27.99 plus shipping and handling. Because when I tell you, I want that shirt.
I'm done.
Gilbert Arenas said, I don't want none of this.
Gilbert Arenas said, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I am going to extricate myself from this situation because it has absolutely nothing to do with me.
The epitome of minding the business that pays me.
Y'all be blessed. I'm going to be over here.
I don't want the smoke. And up until this point, I mean, there's so many lives. I haven't seen them all. But up until this point, I haven't really heard him going at Gilbert Arenas. So I feel like he got the message. because he was clear. He was clear.
Gilbert was like, listen here, before you even, I know I might be on your list. Before you even get down to the G's, I'm just gonna extricate. You got it. Listen, I'm gonna take it back on to the house. Be blessed. I'm sorry for whatever it is I said. You have a wonderful day.
Mm-hmm. KK, I'm on a budget too. Shit, I'm saving all my money for Puerto Rico. I'm on a budget too, but ma'am, please know he might give it the $27.99 after I get back from Puerto Rico, but he gonna get this $27.99. Oh, he gonna get it plus tax. He might get that with my birthday money, but he gonna get this $27.99, and I'm gonna wear the t-shirt on live. I'm gonna let y'all know
when it come in.
And y'all know Gilbert Arenas is a troll. Gilbert Arenas is a whole troll. But he said, I don't want this smoke. Nope. I'm good right here. Y'all, but I do have a better understanding of where Kwame. I mean, I understood where Kwame Brown was coming from before. I didn't understand why the Charlemagne thing made him go so far left. But I definitely understand it now. I absolutely understand. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't trying to get Charlemagne no passes because I think Charlemagne is an ass. I was giving him no passes, but I definitely understand 100%. Listen, not only am I going to do an unboxing video, I am going to tag him in it when I get the t-shirt. I am going to tag him. Okay. But yeah, because he said, he was like, listen, y'all called me a bust. I said I'm a bust, and I really ain't been bothering y'all. I've been quiet. I've been minding my business. I ain't been bothering nobody. Y'all talk about me all the time. I don't never say nothing. And I guess at a certain point, you just get tired.
Right. I'm only minding my business. Why y'all bothering me?
Right. And like El Teddy said on Friday, when you look at his numbers overall in his career, he really wasn't that bad. Like he played in the league for the average amount of time that a player plays in the league. He played on some good teams. He played on some bad teams. He played with Kobe. He played with Michael Jordan. Like, if you look at the entirety of his career, it wasn't a horrible career. It wasn't what people, because he was Michael Jordan's quote unquote chosen one, the expectation was so high that nobody would have been able to meet that. Nobody would have been able to meet the Michael Jordan expectation. Like, just nobody. You know, but anyway, it was hilarious, y'all. It was hilarious. Okay. All right, let's get into a little bit of TV. Let's get into a little bit of TV talk. Okay. Let's start with, because do we want to start with Beverly Hills, and then, because I know you don't really watch Beverly Hills, and then we can get into Ready to Love and Legendary, because I know, okay. Well, I talked a little bit about Beverly Hills the other night. All I'm going to say about the Beverly Hills situation is this. First of all, y'all know I love Beverly Hills because I love looking at these rich bitches, okay? I love looking at these women and all of the extravagance that is their life, okay? It is something to aspire to, not to them. I'm talking about the money. Like, for example, Kyle, who was renting out her Bel Air mansion for $25,000 a month. Do you understand how I strive to own a house that is worth paying $25,000 a month rent? That people, because she's renting it out to Sutton. Let's talk about Sutton. Sutton sold her old house and is buying bought a new house, but it's not ready yet. So she's renting Kyle's house for $25,000 a month until her new house is ready. See, that's the kind of money that I would long to have. At this point, if I sold my house and bought a new house and it wasn't ready yet, I would have to live with my parents until it was, okay? We're not gonna rent a whole nother house.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? We are not getting ready to rent a whole nother house. Dorit had on a Vivienne Westwood corset that's in a museum in her confessional look. Bitch, what? See, that's what I'm talking about, okay? Dorit was driving a $275,000 McLaren sports car, okay? I don't care if it was rented or hers. That is what she was driving. That is what she was driving, okay? That is it. That is what it was. But I don't have that same look with Erica because I know the scandal surrounding Erica. We got to see some of Erica's extravagance, but, you know, again, And can we just talk about how much Kathy Hilton just don't give a damn? Kathy just don't care. I don't know what Andy promised her to get her on the show, but Kathy showed up in that outfit like, I don't have to prove nothing to y'all. I do not have to wear my good shit. Y'all said this was going to be a barbecue. I came dressed for a damn barbecue. When she looked at Garcelle and said, "Hey, Kyle," I said, see the shade of it all.
Wait, pause, because I don't watch Beverly Hills, but I know who Garcelle is and I know who Kyle is.
Okay.
And that don't compute. Your math ain't mathing, boo. What happened? How Kyle?
Yeah. Because she don't care. Listen. She don't care. She said, I don't have my glasses on. Ma'am, there are no glasses that exist that is going to make Garcelle look like Kyle.
Not in this life or the next. Ma'am, what are you doing?
I was like, I am so done with you. I don't know if I'm going to like Crystal, okay? Crystal was already throwing shade, talking about some, in Hollywood, you know everybody, or you know somebody that knows somebody. And the producers asked her, well, do you know Dorit? And she was like, no. I said, oh. Now, Crystal is the token colored person on the show. She Asian. She's Chinese. So she's the token colored person on, well, no, they still got Garcelle. She's the newest token, okay? And after what happened to Tiffany Moon down the Real Housewives of Dallas, I got my eyes on y'all, Beverly Hills. I got my eyes on y'all, okay? I got my eyes on y'all. On the strength of her husband. Now, Crystal's husband did direct The Lion King, and I was here for all of that. I was like, bitch, what? He directed the what? You good, girl. What's up, big sexy VA? Oh, he directed Stuart Little too. Yeah, he's I don't know his title, but a cartoon person. Does he directed, like I said, Lion King, Stuart Little. He definitely has money. Okay, he definitely has money, and they are definitely a who's who in Hollywood circles. He's been working for Disney since the 80s. Okay, they are definitely a who's who in Hollywood circles. But I don't know. I'm waiting because I'm giving her a little bit of the side eye. Giving her a little bit of the side eye. I'm gonna wait and see how I feel about her in another 2-3 episodes. Real Housewives of Potomac is going to give this season. They have to make up for a year of franchise flops. Yeah, I think Beverly Hills is going to give us some good stuff because they got the whole Erica Jane drama, and Potomac I think is going to give us a good season.
Housewife.
I don't know, but I think they are. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, so Beverly Hills it was a good episode. I like the fact that Garcelle is not taking her foot off the gas with Lisa Rinna or with Kyle. She has not taken her foot off the gas. You know how I hate when they have these explosive reunions and they hate each other at the end of the reunion and they was talking shit and they was going at each other, and then the next season, hi, how are you? Garcelle was like, no, I remember how you came for me at the reunion.
He was like, no, I remember, bitch. I still don't like you.
Right. Like I remember you tried to call me out and say I didn't pay for the charity auction situation. Like, I didn't forget. I didn't forget how y'all did Denise. I didn't forget how that whole thing went down last season. I got my eyes on all of y'all. So I was here for it. It was a good premiere. It was a good premiere. Okay, it was definitely that. All right,
So was Shahs of Sunset.
You know what? I never ever got into Shahs of Sunset. I never watched Shahs of Sunset.
Child, the delusion is ridiculous. It's rich delusion. That's all it is. It's rich delusion. Okay. If this nigga said, this is what would really have pissed you off. So the guy's sitting there with his girlfriend, and the girlfriend is very upset because they're at a dinner party with another couple, and she's like, I found these DMs, and he was talking about his phone got hacked, and the girl was visibly upset, and he was like, you're drunk, and she was like, he gaslit her the whole night, talking about she shouldn't be upset. Why would you be upset? Because there is pages and pages of conversation between you and other broads and DMs. But he acted like, oh, I got hacked. Ain't nobody hacked nothing. That's not from the cloud. You have a whole conversation, still sending pictures of your wanky up other bro. You're doing too much. And then you acting real dumb about it, like you don't understand why she upset. Because the excuse that you gave that you got hacked was supposed to work. Like she supposed to believe it. Charlie, come on tonight. I can't wait. I hope she high y'all kicks that fool in that esophagus.
Not high y'all kicks.
That's my prayer. I know you do forget. I think I'm going to.
All right, real quick.
There you go, little baby.
Mike is a whole cheating liar. iPhones and accounts don't get hacked like that anymore. There are so many 2-3 step verification process to access all that stuff. Ciao.
Yeah, he's a whole liar. And then he's sitting there like, what? Why is she mad? That that just pisses you off even more when people be acting dumbfounded like they all.
That's the part that's the part that gets me.
That's what get me. It's the gaslighting for me. Like, no, my nigga, you're not doing this.
Exactly. All right. So real quick before we move on any further, I want to drop this information. Hold on. Let me make sure. J-U-G-G-E-R. Was it Juggernaut? N-A-U-T. N-A-U-T. Okay. So first of all, I know I have said a couple of times, because we're going to take a pause for the calls. A friend of mine is a new partnership with the company Juggernaut of Souls. I have told you guys about him before. I've asked you guys to subscribe to his channel. I hope you have been able to go over there and check him out. He has a new partnership, and so I want to just share that information with you guys. The name of the company is was it Rastaclat? Rastaclat. Can y'all see it on the screen? Abby, can you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So they're bracelets, right? So you have, and they're like, okay, so he's a sneaker guy. So the bracelets looks like they're made out of like the material that you make your shoelaces out of, and they're different designs. So you have this like a braided design. You got the little smaller like string designs. They have different colors, different themes on them. The tips are different. You see, this is more like a shoestring right here. Now, this is the women's collection that I'm showing you guys. And as you can see, they even have some that are braided, knotted, and things like that. And they're not really expensive. They're $13. I think the most expensive one I saw was like $24, $24.99. They have a men's line. Now, listen, if you have a man in your life that is a sneakerhead or something like that, this is something really cute for Father's Day for them, or for like a birthday or something. They have NBA themes. Hold on, let's look at the NBA theme. So they have the different sports themes. You see, they have Laker colors, Clippers, all of the different teams. They have the different colors, and then they have the logo and everything on the tips and all of that. So if you have somebody that's into sports, you got all of that for them. If you have Rakuten, there's a code. You can get your cash back on Rakuten, and there's also a discount code for 20% off. You just type in Juggernaut in the discount code, and they have that. So this is like the men's. This is like they said. This is the clearance for the men's section. So again, the men's are a little, they run a little thicker than the women's, but they have all of the different, once again, the different themes. They have a astrological one, but I don't know if they got all of the signs. Yeah, because I was looking for
There's no Scorpio. I said, what the hell?
So they have the different collections here. You see the Zodiac collection right here. So you have all the different collections: Gemini, Taurus, Aries, Pisces, Aquarius. Maybe they're doing as the signs pop up, they're adding the signs, because again, it looks like it's the signs so far this year. Am I right?
I think so.
Because I don't see Sagittarius. And Sagittarius starts the year off as not Sagittarius, Capricorn start the year off, right? As El Teddy will remind us. So anyway, they have the different signs. I don't see my sign, but so anyway, I would love for you guys to go check it out. If you see something you like, just make sure that you drop you get that discount code and you drop the discount code on there. They have Pride bracelets. We know this is Pride Month, so they have the Pride bracelets there. So just check it out. Again, nothing. I haven't seen anything more than $24.99. And it's a good little gift. It's a good little forget me not. I'm going to definitely order me some. Hey, Royal King Forever. So y'all check it out. Discount code is in the chat. And definitely check out the Juggernaut of Souls YouTube channel. If you're into sneakers, you're a sneakerhead, he's got all of the good reviews and the good highlights and all that good stuff. He didn't convince me to buy a couple of pairs of sneakers just because he reviewed them on his channel. And I was like, ooh, those are cute and I want them. So I got 2 more in my want section of thegoatapp.com. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled programming. I just wanted to make sure I put that information out there. So, you forgot Father's Day was next month. Did you say, let me ask my daddy for some money so I can buy him something?
That sounds like me.
Listen, I ain't even mad about it. Okay, and he's going live later on today. Juggernaut of Souls is doing a live at 7 o'clock. He's interviewing. He's going to have another sneakerhead on there. And so, again, if you're into sneakers and that's your thing, y'all go check him out. Thank you, Lil Baby, for dropping the link. Y'all go check out his page, and I appreciate it. He's trying to get to his 1,000 over on YouTube. He's got over 500, so he halfway there, y'all. He halfway there. All right. And let me say this. I'm 1 subscriber away from 5,200. So if you are in this chat right now and you ain't subscribed, just go hit that subscribe button and push me over. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks so much. There's 71 of y'all in here. If it's one of y'all that is not subscribed, go on and hit that button. Just go on and hit that button.
We solicited people. If y'all are on TikTok, go over there and follow me. I'm almost at 7,000.
Well, all right, 7,000.
Follow me on the TikToks. Thank you.
All right. Now, with that being said, that's all the advertisement for right now. Let's get into some of these shows. Let's start with, do we want to start with Ready to Love or Legendary? Because me and you are not going to agree on Legendary. So maybe we should start with Legendary and then end with Ready to Love. So,
okay.
Legendary this week was the Pop-Tart Ball. So they had pop art and they were supposed to infuse hip hop into the Vogue. And then they had a body category at the end. Let me tell you how much I enjoyed that body category. Can I tell you how much I was here for all of the body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy? The men and the women. Because when I say Mother Shannon and Mother Stasha was giving me a whole lot, they was giving body, yaddy, yaddy. Okay. Body, yaddy, yaddy, yaddy. Okay. But let's start with the beginning. So Taraji P. Henson was a guest judge, and as much as I love Taraji P. Henson, my criticism is the same. Bring me judges that are in ballroom. Bring me judges that have an understanding of ballroom. Now, I love Taraji, so I ain't never gonna be mad at her being on my screen. And I feel like she was a good judge. But again, bring back Dominique. Bring me MJ Rodriguez. Bring me, Alex Mugler. Well, that wouldn't be fair because House of Mugler is there. Bring back some of the people from last year who competed. Bring me back some of the house mothers and fathers from last season as a guest. And I'm not saying they won't. We're not through the season yet, but that's kind of who I wanted to see. That's kind of who I wanted to see. How'd you feel about that, Abby? I'll stop there. How'd you feel about Taraji and her judge?
I'm absolutely fine. I loved her outfit. I appreciated her get your shit together moment.
Yeah.
I was absolutely here for her. I feel like eventually those type of people will be on the show. So I take it as it comes.
Yeah, I definitely was here for. That was the house of Balenciaga, right? And the guy started crying, and she was like, fix your face. Don't you do it. Don't get in your head. Don't go down that rabbit hole. Fix your face. Take the criticism, suck it up, and go back and do better. And somebody that was backstage, I think it was from the house of Teachy, was like, they ain't used to the criticism. They're not used to being told they didn't do something right. And I feel like that had a lot to do with it. I felt like that was the first time that they had gotten that much criticism about something that about not being on point. I think that was, and they got a 41, but I think that was their lowest score of the season.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that had something to do with it. Now, the first house that came out was the house of, hold on, let me go back to my notes. And for the people who want to keep correcting me in my comment section about the names, listen, I be doing the best I can.
What are you people new? She ain't never gonna
yelling at me in the comment section is not helping. The House of Icon was first. I said that I liked their outfits. It was definitely they were going for like that comic book pow pap thing. I was here for it. I did like their outfits. I wrote in my notes that I felt like at times they were a little sloppy. Now they were good, but there were a few times that I was like, oh. What do you think, Miss Abby?
I felt like I did not know that hip hop was the concentration just by watching that performance, because I did not know that. When I did my review and recap, I was like, I'm not exactly sure what the concentration is this week. Maybe they'll say it again. And that was after I watched the first performance, so I wasn't. I liked it. It was cute. I adored the little girl who had the colorful rollers in her hair. But if it wasn't blatantly obvious that the concentration was supposed to be hip hop, now I feel like this has been an issue all season for me in particular. Like, you can't say that this is supposed to be the concentration and they do 45 seconds of what they're supposed to be, and then that's just what? That's not how. You can't say this week it spins and you do this and that counts as your spin. What? No, don't do one spin and then, I've met the requirement and now I'm just going to go back to duck walking across the floor. Like, I want more.
Well, I'm going to say this. First of all, in the first group in the House of Icon, I did get hip hop. I absolutely got hip hop. And I'm going to say this. It was hip hop.
I got it after they said that's what the concentration was supposed to be. But just
they said that at the beginning.
First impression, no.
But they said that, like, you knew that's what the concentration was going in.
But I didn't know. That's what I didn't hear it at first.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so I watched their performance.
I feel like I did see hip hop. I feel like the thing is this, it's a concentration, but they still have to do Vogue. So they still have to give you the 5 elements of Vogue. So they got to still duck walk. They have to still do a floor. So they have to do spins and dips. So yes, you should see hip hop, but the whole thing can't be a hip hop performance because they still have to do all 5 elements of Vogue. So for me, I saw hip hop. I did. I don't know.
Maybe I wasn't paying attention to the rules right, because I thought it was floor performance.
It was hip hop Vogue.
Right. And so
have to do all
I was just looking for a little more boom cat, and it wasn't giving me enough of what I needed to satisfy what they said the focus was supposed to be on.
Got you. Okay. So they got a 46. Now, the next house was the House of Balenciaga. That's the house that did not do it for me. They had these outfits. They were already short a person because Honey wasn't there. And Honey is definitely their VIP. So they were missing their VIP. And then Mother Shannon, who I absolutely love, but Mother Shannon, that was the time to step up. You knew y'all was short. You knew y'all was missing something, and you came strutting your happy ass through there at the end and gave us a nice runway and posed. And that didn't do nothing for me.
That is the element of Vogue. So
no, but it didn't give me no hip hop. Well, I ain't gonna say no, but I didn't look at their performance. See, I felt that way about their performance. I didn't look at their performance and get hip hop. I got the art. I felt like they were giving me the art with the polka dots and the glow in the dark, but I didn't get a whole lot.
Weren't they the ones that hit the "I be getting to the money" dance in the middle?
I don't know.
I believe so. They hit the choreography for the I be getting to the money.
Right, but that was it.
Everybody's like,
Is that who it was? Yeah, and that was it. I feel like that was it. And then
but they gave just as much as anybody else.
No, I disagree. See, that's where we disagree. I feel like other groups gave us way more than what they gave. But that's just me. But the judges agree with me. They got a 41. The House of Teachy, bitch. All I wrote in my notes was yes, yes, yes. Bitch, they gave me everything I needed.
Yes.
The House of Teachy gave me everything.
And I would expect them to, because it was focused on hip hop. And get your ass off. They're y'all a bunch of dancers. I
feel like and here's the thing. I don't want to like House of Teachy because I feel like they have an unfair advantage. Because they are all trained dancers. They're all trained dancers. I didn't say that was their fault. I'm just saying, just like last season, I didn't want to like the House of Ninja. I don't want to like the House of Teachy, but I'm going to give them their props where their props to do. They did that damn thing. I feel like last week they got cheated. I feel like last week they should have got not a 50, but I feel like last week they should have got a better score than what they got. But they got a 50. They got 10s across the board. I love the Andy Warhol reference. I was here for the body paint. Like, they went for the whole kit and caboodle. I was here for it. Teachy gave me, but I'm just saying, because I just feel like they have again, it's not their fault because they were accepted on the show. But when all of them are trained dancers, they're going to always have the advantage when it comes to the technical side. Now, I'm not saying when it comes to the voguing and the heart side of it, but the technical side, in my opinion. Next was the House of Mugler. They did a time machine thing where each person represented a different element of the history of hip hop. We had the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and then last but not least was supposed to be like current day, and that was Tati. Here's my problem with that whole. First of all, y'all know I love me some Tati. I do.
Why did y'all put her in that box and then expected her to dance across? Like, why did you put her?
I don't know what those pants were supposed to be.
And them church lady pants, and then that box of a top where it looks like she was constricted, like she would look like Mr. Kool-Aid Man. Like she couldn't move. She had no. It was horrible. Why would you?
Right, especially if she was supposed to represent 2000 current day.
First of all, why wasn't Cardi B's making the Stallions costumes and then popping her ass across the thing? I didn't get it.
Right, like put her in a tight bodysuit. I mean, I know, and I think some of it might be maybe she's feeling a little subconscious because she has picked up weight. Maybe that's part of it. But girl, I don't care. You still look good to me. Put her ass in a bodysuit and give me some body with some falls, dips, twirls, and spins up on the floor. I was waiting for that moment because she did it in rehearsal. Like in rehearsal, you gave us this whole body moment, and
and you was popping your pussy, and then you come out and you look like Rosie the Robot. What the hell is happening?
Wait a minute, long time about some Delta Airlines. I was done.
He was like, peanuts. Would you like a meal?
I was done when he said, "Would you like some peanuts?"
Done.
I was done. Yeah, I was. And again, I like Tati, and I like her. I don't know how, but let me tell you something. I felt what the judges were saying about the House of Mugler being sort of robot-y. Like, we're here to do a job. I don't necessarily feel the love from them like I feel from the other houses. I really don't. Me either. And remember Tati, the whole My House docuseries over on Vice Network, it was about her leaving the House of Mugler and her looking for a new home. And she talked about some of the things that she went through that she didn't like as being a part of the house. So, I mean, clearly they have reconciled on some level, but I'm just wondering if, it just seems to be, they're very robotic, we're here to do a job. I'm not feeling the love from them. So I absolutely understood what the judges were saying about the love just not being there. And I honestly think their score was too high. They got a 46. I honestly think that was high because
a lot of scores were too high.
I didn't enjoy it.
All of the judges, just like they were unnecessarily stingy this episode before, I felt like they were unnecessarily generous this episode.
Yeah.
Like it's like the pendulum is swinging too far in one direction.
Yeah.
On each episode. It's crazy.
Yeah, I didn't enjoy their performance. I felt like they didn't stay too long. I felt like they didn't stay long enough on each element. Did they, or is she there because of the show? See, that's the thing. That's a good question. That's a very good question. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I asked myself that same question. Like, did they make up with her for the purposes of being on this show?
Could have been.
And not even gonna say make up, but you know what I'm saying? Is it a business arrangement? Because again, and I know that was about 4 or 5 years ago, but again, even if you go back to
$100,000 will make strange bedfellows.
They sure will. Even if you go back to my house, there was a scene where the father of the house invited Tati, and they had a conversation like her. No, I'm sorry. Let me rewind. Tati was not there, but the father of the house had a conversation with Alex Mugler, who I would love to have seen Alex. Alex is a voguing bitch. Do you hear me? But he tours with like Rihanna and all of that. So he might have been booked and busy, honey. But I would love to have seen Alex be a part of this. But anyway, there was conversation. And again, it sounds like there was some real... Yeah, Tati was definitely well known. Tati dances on Pose. She's one of the extras on Pose. So she's out there. I mean, it's not like she's not doing nothing. You know, she's one of the, when they do the ball scenes, she's some of the other dancers and other extras that are there. And because I follow her on Twitter, and there's some other things she's been doing. So I was actually surprised to see her with the House of Mugler, honestly, based on, and again, I don't know these people like that. I don't be in their business like that, but I was kind of surprised. I said, oh, okay, she back with the House of Mugler. Okay. Anyway, so next we had the House of RHOBH. They got a 50, and I wasn't necessarily seeing a 50. I don't know if I agree with the 50.
Again, insanely generous.
I did write on here that I saw the hip hop and that they were high energy, but I just
wait. Whose house is that? Who's in
House of RHOBH was oh shit. I don't know. Nobody stands out.
I don't remember them either. So
they were the ones that had the glow in the dark shoes.
Okay, they got a 50 for light up shoes. Got it.
Yeah, because I didn't see a 50.
I
was absolutely shocked when they got a 50.
You and me both. You and me both.
Yeah. So that was House of RHOBH. Now let's talk about the House of Garcon. Let me rewind a little bit because we didn't talk about this last week. So let me rewind a little bit. So Tonka. I didn't understand the criticism last week with them saying we need to use Tonka differently and y'all need to find a way to use Tonka and Tonka. And did I miss something? I'm not sure what they want them to do with Tonka.
Again, last week was the spinning week. And he had that beautiful big coat with that train on it. Yeah, I wanted them to feature him. He should have been featured. Even if they just had him stand and spin with that fucking coat on, with that train whipping around him.
Yeah, I didn't understand what it was because here's the thing. What we're not going to do is make him a prop because he's a big boy. We're not going to make him a prop. So I'm not understanding what it was that that the judges were saying last week. And they were really, I understand that he was off last week. Now I get that. But I don't think he was off because he was the big boy. I think he was off because he had a bad week and he was in his head. And he said that in rehearsals. So I don't know. And then this week they go out of their way to highlight him. And I think he did the best he could with what he had, but he's not a dancer. And he said that. That's not his forte. I don't know. I did not. The best part about Garcon's performance was Mother Stasha sliding in that split across that damn stage. I was here for that. I was here for that.
Like the way they kept talking about him, I was just knew he was finna pop the fuck off.
I was waiting for some backflips.
And then when he did this girl, I said, what the?
I was lost.
What is happening? I was like, what is this shit? What?
I was lost.
I was disappointed. I was disappointed because they had built it up. And then, even Tonka, he did a little whoop, 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 whoop in the practice. And I was like, okay, well, maybe he's going to do it. No. I said, hey, this is something. Okay. I was rooting for you, sir. I was rooting for you.
Yeah. And I feel like they're wanting to make him a prop. And then the one thing that they say is his category, he got chopped from. When they got to the body category.
The people that want that smoke. But according to El Teddy, he'd have got chopped if he'd have went out there anyway. So
he wouldn't have got chopped. He wouldn't have got chopped because that's what he's known for and that's what they were waiting for.
Right.
He wouldn't have got chopped. Nope. Because they've been talking about that from day one. He wouldn't have got chopped. I don't think he would have. Let me say this.
I don't think so.
I don't think he would have got chopped.
And he literally walks this category anyway. So
right, that's his category. I don't know. He wouldn't have got chopped. The fact that this is what out of all of those people, that's the one that Mother Shannon chopped. That lets you know who he is. That lets you know who Tonka is. The fact that out of all of those options, that's who she chopped. That's all that needs to be said. You're gonna chop your biggest threat. So I don't think he would have got chopped. He tried his best, but he can't dance at all. They should have gave him some different. Right? He's not a dancer.
Again, Royal King forever. If they had just allowed that young man to spin the episode before, we wouldn't even have to do this bullshit.
I agree, but I'm still here for Mother Stasha sliding across that goddamn stage in that split. Yeah. That gave me.
It wasn't 50 points cute, but it was cute.
Yeah, I had to rewind that because I wasn't ready for it the first time. It came out of nowhere. I had to rewind it so I could enjoy the whole moment. Okay. A split is something I've always wished I could do. Like, even when I was younger and a lot smaller than what I am, I could never do a fucking split. So I am always in awe of people who can do a split because it is not my ministry. I just cannot. I wish I could.
Wonderful.
Anyway.
Still wasn't 50 points worth, but okay.
Well, they didn't get 50. They got a 48. So then we had the body walk, and Mother Shannon said, let me give you all of this body, and came out damn near naked. She was covering her nipples and had on a G-string and a black cover-up and was like, you are going to take all.
A see-through cover-up.
Yes, a black
over a thong and some
cover up.
She said, "Get all of this. Get all of this."
Said, you're gonna get all of this. You are going to get all of this. And she was giving me the Meg Thee Stallion knees because she was down in that she was down in that
down low where you just pop your
baby. She was giving me that for a minute.
First of all, when she did it the first time, my niece said, "Bitch, you could just never." I said,
"Oh yeah, definitely not for that long period of time." Even and get back up because I might be able to get down.
Time, and that's just not my ministry.
Because I might be able to get down, but damn, bitch, I'm not getting back up.
I'm gonna need some help. Somebody gonna have to come and get me.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll and slide, and it's gonna be some other stuff. So okay, so we got that.
Mother Stasha in that fucking coat. Can we just give that a minute? When she walked the fuck, I said, is she in King Payne's bubble coat? What the hell is going on? And when she stood with her back and then dipped up out of the coat and the coat was still standing there, I said, bitch. You're pulling stuff. She done pulled the
so.
I said, okay.
Giving me stunts and shows, bitch.
I said, oh, bitch, okay. Not the bubble coat stands on its own. God. I said, okay. And then when she got done shaking her body, she politely walked over to the coat and ducked back in it and walked the fuck up. And she walked the fuck back off. I said, oh, okay. Those slides is Stasha trademark, child. The way my body is set up, Jesus, that's just not what the Lord. It's not what the Lord wants for me in these last and evil days. It's just not. The Lord ain't confirmed none of that in my spirit. He did not tell me to try and slide my coochie across somebody's stage. That's just not. I said, okay, Mother Stasha.
Sorry. I thought I was telling you, I had muted myself already when I said keep talking. My bad. You said those slides are Stasha's trademark. Well, bitch, I was here for all of it, okay? It definitely, I could tell.
The mothers were pulling stunts and shows on this episode.
The mothers were like, I know what y'all came to see, and I'm about to show
The mothers was like, I know I don't normally dance, but I'm going to just give you a little 1-2. Just
she's definitely, she's right. She's like, I'm going to give you a little 1-2 step, 1-2 step, okay? 1-2 step, 1-2 step, baby.
And then one baby came out there with them deformed wings and them rainbow panties and got shot. Baby, go sit down.
Okay.
You playing in grown folks' business. Go on, sit down, baby. This is not for you. This is not for you. We appreciate it. I gotta edit my weekend vlog, my weekend with Nova.
With the dog.
Yeah, because it's over. They came and got him.
It's over now. Hey, treating me
it's
so bad.
Over now. It's over now. I feel like I can make it. The storm is over now.
I'm mad you called it a storm. It's not a storm.
Child.
So at the end,
at 2:00 in the morning, I had to take her ass back outside. It was a storm. Because I was outside in pajamas, barefoot, with a dog. Mad, angry, pressed about it. And then she wouldn't shut up. And then when I called her people, they was like, well, she doesn't do that with us. I think she tricking you.
Not. Well, probably she was homesick. She probably was
well, she can take her ass home. She can't come back here. She can't come back here. I love her. She can't come back here. She can't come back to TT house. Nope, not at all.
That's not nice. You come to TT house.
Nah, the fuck she can't. Let me be the first to let you know. No, she can't.
Oh Lord. So anyway, that ended up making Mother Shannon won, and that ended up making the House of Balenciaga the superior house. They went from the lowest score to the highest because they got plus 10 points. So they put them at a 51. Which ended up making Mugler and Icon the lowest because I thought Mugler was safe with a score of 40. The way them scores were last week, 46 was safe.
46 was safe, but not this week.
They thought they were safe too.
But my thing is, if the scores had stayed the same, say one of the other top houses had won the body category and it was 46, 46, 41, would all three of them have had to?
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know. That's a good question.
It may have been all three in the bottom. And then they got to duke it out.
People be exaggerating. Lord have mercy.
Because that's what people do.
Anyway. Yeah. So what ended up being Icon Mugler, father from the House of Icon, he danced against Malik. Listen, he did the best he could with what he had, but Malik, he didn't have nothing for Malik. I'm sorry, he just didn't have nothing for Malik. He did.
You know how when on RuPaul's Drag Race, I can't remember who the first person that went up against Lala Reed, but as soon as the music started, the other person had lost.
I think it wasn't Elliot with two T's. It was
somebody.
Jay? Was it the one that Kandi was in love with?
Probably. I think so. I can't think of Joey.
Joey J. Was it Joey J?
I think it was Joey J. But you knew as soon as the music started, oh, this bitch.
Yeah, as soon as the beat dropped, you were like, yeah.
Sorry, sis. Ain't
nothing left but the
you got lipstick ready to write on the window. Cause you going home, beloved.
Right. The song singing and the flower bringing, okay?
Right. Cause Lala Reed hit that first beat, boop, boop, boop. And I was like, oh, this bitch going. Girl, it was cute while you lasted, girl. You not gonna win this one. That's exactly what happened. Because as soon as Malik got set and the music started and he did that and licked his face, I said, "Oh yeah, this okay." Well, I still threw my vote for the House of Icon because I appreciated the father for doing the
right.
best.
And I think it was one of those things where I think that's who they wanted to save, but based
But they
on
just couldn't.
they just couldn't.
They couldn't and still be legit.
Right. That's why they gave those long ass explanations before they gave their vote. Really, B, did you see the documentary on Northern Teachie? She was born with a rare bone disorder, and they did say no. Is that the mother? Northern who is that? Which one is that? That's how
maybe she meant Mother Teachie.
Oh, maybe she meant Mother Teacher. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't see that. I didn't know. No, I didn't know anything about it. Oh, wow. And she went on to become a professional dancer? Wow, that's saying a lot.
We love to see it. We love to see it.
Wow. So that was legendary. Now, me and Abby just disagree. We didn't disagree, like, on a lot. But we disagreed on the hip-hop element. I felt like I saw hip-hop. She didn't feel like she saw enough. But we felt the same way about the spins. I felt like I saw spins. She ain't see enough. She said she wanted to be dizzy with the spinning. Okay.
Right.
Oh, Mother.
Like I wanted a whole Chris Rock. They spinning, nigga. They spinning. They spinning, nigga. They spin. I wanted that. Like I wanted to feel that, and I got nothing. I got 2 turns, and y'all was done. That's it.
See, anyway, that's so not true.
It was.
But to me, this was absolutely the best episode of the season, and I would say it's one of the best episodes, even taken in last season. This was I thought it was a great episode. That was me. Abby don't agree. That's fine.
People like to over-exaggerate. Moving on.
You said what?
I said people like to over-exaggerate.
I don't feel like I'm exaggerating. I love this episode. For me, it was. I loved this episode. I thought this episode gave me what it needed to be given.
I liked it.
Everybody, I feel like everybody. Well, no, not everybody.
So I'm going to retract that statement.
I feel like most of the houses were on brand. Even if you didn't get as much as you wanted, they were better than.
I didn't say nobody.
Which ended up really being a decades ball because only 2 houses that I thought did Hollywood. The rest of them did decades. I was like, are we doing decades or are we doing old Hollywood? Like, they lost me. Anyway.
They did Hollywood in different decades, regardless of what decade.
But I don't feel like I saw Hollywood.
It was like the psychedelic people was like the 60s mod. Like,
but they weren't giving me Hollywood. They were giving me Soul Train. That's not Hollywood.
I'm not talking about the people who did like the Soul Train thing. I wouldn't.
But that's what I'm saying. They weren't giving me Hollywood. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but like, okay, we don't need to run. Moving on. What's next? Let's talk about how the men on Ready to Love are stupid as fuck. Are we there yet? Can I cuss out old milk dud head ass David? Oh, wishy-washy. Can't make a decision. Punk ass Chauncey.
Hopefully next season they will have some trans men on the show. Yeah, absolutely.
Sure, why not?
I definitely would look forward to that. And maybe they have them.
Maybe they had and they just didn't.
I was gonna say they may absolutely already have and they just didn't highlight it. We just didn't know. I don't know.
We just didn't know.
Because let me tell you something. I have seen some trans
men. And I was like, what's your name? Where you at? You got plans. Don't say that.
Because bitch, let me tell you. Anyway, moving on.
When did Kyra becomes everybody's fucking top pick? Like,
let's get into Ready for Love. Let's get into Ready to Love. So this episode, the men are back in charge, and Tommy says, "I want them to meet the friends. I want you to meet the friends." Okay. Now listen.
First of all, they call Liz stiff. Let me tell you what stiff was code for. She's spiritual and she means it, and you can see the anointing on her, and that doesn't vibe with y'all heathens, and so you called her stiff. Oh, disrespectful bastards. Listen, this whole... First of all, let's get to Joelle. Come here, baby. Norla, baby. Come down to the altar. First of all, you got into a spat with Vernisha, who's been your number one this whole time. And then because you had a spat with her for 35 seconds, you chose another bitch?
Right.
Number one?
Even Tommy had to be like, when did that? Huh?
Everybody was confused. They was like, what?
Right. Everybody was like, wait a minute, what? Like, have you ever even been on a date with Kyra? Have you even been on a date with her?
That's my question. I don't think he has. And then I want all of these, because I feel bad for Too Much Teeth. What's his name? Jason. Because he actually likes that girl. And she likes him. And for all these other niggas to be like, Kyra, like she's running back and forth between all of these men, which she's probably not. Niggas. I can't. Like, I feel like I did not expect Joel to be a flip-flop. I did not. Nobody saw that. It came out of left field.
Listen, not only did that come out of left field, but everybody calling Kyra's name. I was like, what the fuck? When did Kyra become the pick of the week?
David, when did you even talk to Kyra?
Oh my gosh, what is wrong? Okay, let's cuss David out. What is wrong with you, sir?
David.
This woman, y'all was having whole gospel concerts on the first episode. You have not connected with no other woman on the show.
Not a single one.
And y'all have this great connection. Your friends seem to like her. Liz came in there ready for business, okay? She came in there and she did her job, honey, and she rolled out, picked up her bag and left, okay? And you talking about someone, I think she moving faster than I'm ready for. And Liz made a good point. Liz was like, sir, at this point, either you know you want
your discompensation of time is running out, bruh.
Either you want me, either you know you want me or you don't. Is that what it was? Because Liz kissed Jason, he and his fucking feelings? Boy, go grow up and go somewhere. First of all, go grow up and go somewhere. She was clear to let you know you are my number one, but don't fuck it up.
Right. Like she respected you and what y'all got so much that when it happened, she called you that night. So you wouldn't be blindsided with it from somewhere else by anybody else. It came directly from her. And that's not she waited until the show aired for you to see it. Not she waited for you to get into a confessional or something, a producer say something to you about it so you could react to it. She told you herself. If she didn't give a damn about your feelings, she'd have just let you find out how you found out.
Right. Yeah, I know they coming to DC. I reposted it on my Instagram a few times. I need to call a girlfriend of mine who might be interested in applying. If the date's not passed already. I believe a lot of the one-on-one dates have been. Yeah, and that's what I said that in my review. Authentically young. I said that in my review. I said either they are leaving out a whole lot of individual dates because I don't understand how we got here. How did we get here? Yeah, how did all of us get on to Kyra? And when they went around the room, well, first of all, when Joel said, and he even said it, he was like, Venisha's still my baby. No, don't do that.
Don't do that.
Because Venisha ain't been connected with nobody else. So what if she was in the bottom and got eliminated? Sir, stop playing games with me.
And I don't understand why his friend girl talk about, that's her being territorial is a red flag. Why?
Well, that is a little bit of a red flag.
No, because I'm territorial. Don't.
That don't make it, just because you do it, don't make it not a red flag.
Ma'am, what I'm saying is that fix your face. That's the first thing. You and them red lips. I'll come over there. I swear to God.
What's wrong with my red lips?
I'm gonna fight you when we get to the airport. Don't even worry about it. So the fact that it's not like they didn't even get to a deeper conversation into territorial in what way. Like, I'm very protective of my relationships. Like, I don't mind you having girlfriends, friends that are girls, but I have certain boundaries when it comes to us and our relationship. And it's just a respect thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay.
Right. That's how it came off to me. It came off jealous. It came off like real jealous based. The way the friend came off.
I found it interesting that all of them had a female in their friend group. I was wondering if the producers told them, you got to invite a friend, a female friend.
Right.
Because I don't think it was coincidental that all of them have a close friend that's a female. Like, that ain't coincidental.
Right. Like, she gave off very much, he's in her back pocket. She could call him anytime she get ready. And if he get a girl, then some of what she does may be curtailed. Because if he's in a relationship, whatever they got going on could come across as inappropriate. And she don't want that to happen. And then she can't do what she normally does. You had to make adjustments for your relationship. You can't do all the single shit that you used to do when you become into a relationship. Point blank period.
I agree with that 100%. I don't, but
okay. You can have a homegirl friend, but you can't be on the phone at 2 in the morning with your homegirl, y'all giggling and kikiing up, and you just ignore me. We not doing that.
But again, I don't see that. To me, that's not the same as territorial. I absolutely agree that there are things you don't do that when you're single, things that you have to adjust. I mean, I would have to adjust some things about my lifestyle if I got into a relationship. There are things that I do now that I can't do if I have a boyfriend or when I get a boyfriend. Like, I can't do those things. But to me, that's not the same as somebody that's territorial. And I do think that being territorial is a red flag. I'm not saying it's a deal breaker, but it's something to keep your eye on. It's just a character thing. That's all. I'm not saying it's a flaw. I'm not saying it's a automatic, kicker to the curb. But I mean, I'm just saying. Anyway, that's why I was like, Venetia needs to not look right. I feel like, but that's how I feel like all of them. Everybody should have made sure they had a backup, whether you really wanted to be with that person past the show or not. Everybody's supposed to have a backup.
I absolutely am. And that's why I can't be on the show. And I know myself well enough to know that I can't be on the show. I do not share. I don't like all of that passport. I don't do all of that. You either gonna be for me or you gonna get the fuck on. I don't have time. I don't do this dibbling and dabbling.
Right, and I agree, and that's what I'm saying. But that's again because part of your personality, and that's not something you can do in your personality. It's nothing. It's not saying that it's a bad thing. It's just saying that's not who I am, and I'm okay with that. No. I've been on the other side of that.
I see, Golden. I'm not equating territorial to being jealous. Jealous is wanting something that somebody else has. Territorial is being protective over what belongs to you. There's a difference. There's a huge difference. And I'm very much territorial. Like, don't touch me. I don't share. Don't touch. Don't do that. You're liable to end up missing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, and I guess because I've been on the other side of that, and so I've been, and again, I'm not equating territorial to jealous either, but I think that somebody who's territorial, it can lead to that. For me, that's how I feel about it. I feel like, once again, like I said before, this is a dating show where the whole object of the game is to date everybody, get to know everybody, and make a decision. So for her to be in her feelings about the fact that he went out on a date with another woman, I'm not saying that makes it, like I said, I'm not saying that that's a kicker to the curb, but I don't think his friends were wrong for saying, hey, you might want to keep an eye on that. That's all. I don't know. I didn't see nothing wrong with it. What I thought was wrong was I felt like he took that and ran with it. He put 20 on 10 and he turned that into a whole, I don't know if she's the one moment. That's the problem I had. Because I don't feel like she has shown you enough. at least on camera. Now, we don't know what conversations they had. We don't know what happened behind closed doors. But on camera, she hasn't given you all that. She ain't gave you that much smoke. But anyway, and I also put it on Joelle because you was coming on real strong, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel like they done had sex. I feel like they done slept together.
Probably.
Which also adds to the territorial. See, once I give you my body, now we doing a whole nother thing. Chris and girl, Amber, I think she good. They fine, whatever. Only thing was Amber said she hadn't told nobody, which I could definitely understand why she ain't told nobody what she got going.
Right, because my family is very precious and they are very blessed. And when you are attached to me, you get blessed with the overflow of my family. So it is a lot. It's going to take a lot for my mama to know who you are, because my mama has a huge heart and she collects people.
Yeah, that's a red flag. You're right.
My boyfriend's son. When she's like, "Hey, son," because she collects people. She loves them, and once she loves them, you got to do a whole lot to fuck it up. And me and my ex ended on good terms, so it wasn't like he did something and now we all hate you. No, we just realized we weren't for each other, and so we mutually broke up. So my mama still loves this man. She still loves him. He can call her whenever he get ready, and she'll pick up the phone for him. So it takes a lot for me to introduce you into my family, because once you eaten, unless you mess me over or something, like if it ends mutually, once you in, you eaten. So I'm very protective over who I introduce into the inner circle. I've had whole relationships and my mother never met the person.
Yeah, me too. Hell, my parents didn't meet my sister's boyfriend until her ass got pregnant. And then they was like, who he? And I was like, I hate to be the one to tell you, but they've been dating for a year. But I feel like the only reason why I knew was because at the time she was living with me and I would see him. I feel like if she was still living in her own apartment, I wouldn't know her. I might know him by
surprised too when she came up.
Right, I might know him by name, but I don't think I would know him as well as I knew him. But when she popped up pregnant, they were like, my parents calling me like, who this? And I was like, he been around for a year. Hate to be the one to tell you, but. And had she not gotten pregnant, I don't know if they ever would.
Then again, showed up and been like, hey, we married.
But I agree with you, Authentically Young. I think that's the biggest red flag was how fast David and Joelle flipped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they say one thing you don't like, and now you're going to throw the whole baby. Now you don't want to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
That's good for me to know. Because that means then I can't trust you. That's what that means. Right. That means that I have to walk on eggshells and I can't make you mad or anything like that, because the least provocation and then you're gonna flip flop on me. No, thank you.
Yeah,
nobody wants to be in a relationship with somebody like that.
Yeah, we're not playing these flip flop games. And then you had Ron. Let's talk about Ron, Chrysanthemum, and what's her name? Alicia.
Mr. Potato Head.
Is that Alicia? We got these A names.
Alexis. Her name's Alexis.
Okay, that's who they was getting on me on in the comments. I think I was calling her Alicia.
Her name is worrisome and go sit down some fucking where. That's what her name is, because she get on my nerves.
Right. Now, here's the problem. I don't think either one of them is a good match for Ron, because I think Chrysanthemum is unbothered. Like, the fact that she told Joelle that she couldn't date him because he had kids and she needed to be the focus. Again, one thing I give her credit for being honest
with that, up front that's exactly. Not what you want.
I give her credit for being honest and saying, listen, this is what it is, bruh. I got to give her credit for that. But the flip side is she seemed like that she was not, I felt like she just wasn't really that interested in them. I feel like at that point she just wanted to win the game. But I don't feel like, and somebody put that in my comments, that they just don't think that these people are that into each other. Like, there are no hard and fast love matches other than Chris and maybe Amber. And I say maybe because I don't know if Amber is as into him as he is into her. But I don't know. And I think that might be part of it, that these people are just not as big, like as into each other. I just feel like they're not any major, like, I'm not feeling it. I felt happy with Joel and Vernisha, but now I'm giving him the side eye. I thought David was a good match for Liz, but now I'm giving him the side eye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't give a damn who AJ end up with. I just need him gone, which he ain't going nowhere. But I feel like
he felt like wallpaper this week. He felt like wallpaper just there.
He did that, yeah. And Chrysanthemum was so unbothered. Like, first of all, she was mad that Alicia was at the damn
Alexis,
whatever the girl name is, Alexis was there. So she was unbothered. I mean, she was bothered by the fact that he was there.
Yeah, she was. First of all, I was bothered by how Alexis was treating Christina Aguilera. First of all, she was like, "Why are you dressed like they at a club? How the fuck she supposed to be dressed?"
And you meeting his friends, you're not meeting his mama.
Exactly.
I mean,
that's not how.
I mean, y'all went to a club.
And you're not Titty.
You are the last person.
Talking about.
But you are the last person to be talking about appropriation.
You was been throwing your pussy at everybody who would catch it. Child, girl, if you don't go sit down.
Child. So what do we think about Jason? Jason has a big mouth.
With too many teeth in it.
He's got a lot.
Oh, see, he got 64 teeth instead of 32.
He seems like a nice guy, though. He seems like a nice guy, but he's
First of all, I wanted to give him a hug when he was like, he got all this positive feedback, and normally that's not his testimony, is to get all of this positive feedback and get all of these.
I know that was a moment.
I was like,
that's the other thing. And listen, I'm all about male expression. I said, but these are the cryingest niggas.
Oh, not these are the cryingest niggas ever.
I mean, I was here for it, but
listen, okay, why?
His mouth ain't big, his teeth are small. Oh Lord,
his mouth ain't. He got too many teeth. Regardless, it's too many. He got extra teeth in his mouth.
Not the teethuses. Y'all are just doing a lot. Not the teethuses. Not the teethuses.
I'm done. Not too many teeth is Jesus. I thought it was because it's normally sometimes it's not. Some guy, you know, with all them extra teeth and that overbite, that he ain't always been the one. Don't do that. Let that baby live in his truth. For once, he's the pick of the litter. He is the treasure to be found. Let him have it. Still, he rises. Damn it.
Did you just quote Maya Angelou?
I did.
Oh Lord. Anyway, so I do like Jason, but the thing is this: I really feel like Kyra is gonna pick AJ, and he's gonna be feeling, and then Jason gonna be in his feelings. I feel like if Kyra had to choose right now, then again, I don't know, because that date might have did it, because that was a nice date.
It was really nice. I appreciated that he got a whole museum shut down with it. Come on, points. The little red roses.
Little roses with the wine glasses. Oh, it was. Let me tell you something. That was definitely a date. Are you following me home kind of date? Like it just was.
That was like, I took a Uber. You gonna give me a ride home?
Yeah,
so I can give you a ride home.
Yeah, it was definitely we going home together kind of moment. Yeah.
Not the.
But I wasn't here.
Go here on the top of the let him have it.
And then Ron tried to get snappy with Chris. I was like, don't do Chris. Don't do him. I like Chris. Don't do Chris. All Chris said was, Chrysanthemum seemed unavailable to me. And so for that reason.
Did David look a little cracky this episode? Did he look a little cracky? David. He looked a little cracky. In the men's lounge, he was looking a little cracky. Like he looked disheveled and just unkempt. He looked a little cracky to me.
I think so too, C. Golden. I think Kyra and Jason done hit it. I definitely think that Renisha and Joel done hit it. I think Ron done hit Chrysanthemum and Alicia. And I think Chrysanthemum done hit it because when she did her little exit and she started naming names of the work that she put in and how she was surprised that those people did not save her and she'll be interested to hear how it went. I was like, oh.
And then she was like, and I'm gonna find out. What difference does it make? You still going home?
Right.
I don't understand.
La Queen said everybody been hunching in her opinion. Listen, they might have been.
They might have.
Everybody except for Liz.
For Liz and David. Because I know.
I definitely think there's some hunching going on. There's definitely some hunching going on. Listen. Chris only responds to Ron because he's the only one who seems to want to keep a woman. Yeah, that's the other thing too. Chrysanthemum looking for a sugar daddy. She looking to be kept. In my opinion.
They should have got rid of her and Stacey at the same time.
I agree. Freaking Frat could have left at the same time as far as I was concerned. So that was Ready to Love. But yeah, I wanted you to see the episode because that whole thing, that whole men's lounge deliberation had me really confused. It did. And I was like, how did Kyra become Queen Sheba? When did that happen?
They said, like, I legit, in my review was like, what the hell just happened? Like, I was so outdone. Like,
all of us were. I was like, well, I definitely saw in the review for next week that Ron and Alicia, isn't that her name?
Yeah. Alexis.
That's the name I kept fucking up. Ron and Alexis are definitely going to have a moment because Ron don't believe in God. Right. Now, I don't understand next week where they have to talk to their exes. I don't like that. Everybody's not in a good place with their ex. And that's not, I don't like it.
It doesn't have to be their immediate, maybe an ex that they're on good terms with.
But what I'm saying is there's some people that ain't on good terms with none of their exes. Or what if, I don't know. I just think, I don't know. I thought that was interesting because I don't understand what.
Listen, I'm on good terms with all of my exes, even the bastard, the husband.
I am on good terms with all of my exes, but I don't know if I would necessarily want them to be giving advice or talking to the person I'm currently dating.
Absolutely not.
This don't have nothing to do with you.
But, you know,
that's the part. I mean, I know this is
maybe my baby daddy, maybe my oldest son's father. I could possibly do this with, but I don't know because he's under the impression that we soulmates, and the Lord ain't confirmed none of that, so he's delusional. I don't know.
Like I'm thinking, like if I was on this show, I'm trying to think which ex would I reach out to? I would either reach out to the one I dated in college or the one I dated after, like right after I graduated from college. It would be one of those two.
It would be the Q, because we are friends, like, and we weren't actually that, we were just in a situationship, but that's my friend. If I need $30, I could text that person right now and be like, send me $30 and I'll give it back to you, whoop-de-whoop, and he'll send it right to me. Like, he's the one that I can like depend on, even if there's no hanky-panky, no nothing going on. That's my friend. He's a for real friend. Right. So I would do it with him. Because he's gonna be honest and keep it real with me. We had an honest conversation, and he said some things to me, and my feelings was a little hurt. I said, "What? Oh." And he's like, "Are you offended?" He's like, "You can't be. We've been in a relationship too long for you to. We too good of friends. I can always be honest with you." Okay. All right.
Hey, Miss Honey.
Not spring cleaning the branch. She's pruning her branch.
I ain't mad at you, girl. Thank you for being. Listen, however you here, I thank you for being here. However you are here, because we get ready to get off of here in a few minutes anyway. If you guys, y'all can go check out Juggernaut of Souls. He's live now. I think he's still live. I know he went live at 7:00, so he may still be live. Please make sure y'all are checking out his site. If it looks like something you would like, you got the discount code, get you an extra 20% off. I don't know if you can use Rakuten and a discount code at the same time, but you might as well try. You can get 2% back on Rakuten and 20% back on with Juggernaut. Typing in Juggernaut in the discount code and get you a nice little, like I said, nice Father's Day gift, a little gifty gift, a little something, your yang to match up your sneakers for the summer, match up your little, your little outfits and stuff. I'm gonna get me a few. I'm gonna order and I'll do an unboxing when I get them. And always, y'all know, go on to check out the Avon. Go on over there and get you that good Avon, honey. Again, with Rakuten, you can get your 3% back for Rakuten. Stock up on your Skin So Soft for the summer, honey. Get your Skin So Soft for the summer. It's on sale. You see these prices. You see they slashed them, honey. They slashed them. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Okay.
Spell this page again.
Huh? Say that again.
No, I think it didn't. I think I got disconnected. Sorry.
Oh.
No, it still says I'm subscribed. I don't understand.
Subscribe to what?
Juggernaut.
Oh, what? It's not saying you're not subscribed?
Yeah, he wasn't in my list of channels. That's weird.
YouTube, y'all know YouTube be on that bull hockey, y'all. All right. So with that being said, thank y'all for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you so much for the love. I got a Cash App yesterday, so thank you so much. Y'all know I don't do government names. But thank you so much. I put that towards my salad. I got me a salad today. If y'all go over and look on the members only, we did a little chat and chew today in my members only live. So y'all go check it out, and I will see y'all at the next appointed time.
If all hearts now unto him that is able. Goodbye.
Amen.